Kinda crazy that I'm making this video, but today we're comparing to Xbox 360. And some of you might be thinking they're on two different spectrums. And yeah, technically they are. You know, I can't smoke my Xbox 360 collection, and I can't play my bud bag. For someone who's been an addict of both, I really want to chime in on this, because they both are that. Addictions. People say you can't get addicted to, you definitely mentally can. People say you can't get addicted to gaming. You most definitely can. And I'm on the side of the fence where I actually think gaming is worse than weed. And you know, I can say that because I've been smoking damn near every day since I was 18. And there's been breaks here and there, but I didn't truly stop until June this year. For some reason I was just like, yep, I'm gonna stop smoking this year until either the end of the year until I buy a house. And surprise, surprise, I didn't buy a house. But when I did quit back in June, I thought to myself, finally, like a clean slate. I'm just giving myself a break. I can focus. I can be mentally clear. But no, not at all. The month of withdrawals was kind of hard, but I essentially feel the exact same. And I actually noticed a subtle addiction creeping up while I did stop smoking. And I didn't see it coming either. And that was Xbox 360 games. And like I said, I actually think it's been a worse addiction. So let me explain. You know, it wasn't some life ruiner for me, at least not in obvious ways. You know, I wasn't couch locked 24/7 or completely unmotivated. Honestly, I've always been a bit lazy. It's just who I am. So the didn't necessarily amplify that. But what the did do was amplify my creativity. Back when I was producing music, I would stay up all night. And that's when I saw the most success in my beat career, I guess you could say. And I've actually noticed that when I stopped smoking and I tried making beats, it's just trash. It might just be that I'm older now and I'm an unk. But take it as you will. I do think it's the smoking. And like, keep in mind, I wasn't completely zoinked out of my mind 24/7. You know, when you've been smoking for a long amount of time, it doesn't really affect you like that anymore. It's just more of a subtle high. But anyway, June of this year rolls around, 2024. And like I said, I just thought to myself, let's see if I can achieve so much more. Let's see if I can do this, do that. Let's see if I can buy a f***ing house. So in June, I just stopped. I literally just stopped. You know, I still had the in the house. My girlfriend was still smoking at the time. She joined me with my journey, like a little later, but she joined me with my journey. But yeah, I just stopped. I really just wanted to see if I was like some superhero without it. And you know, during that month, the withdrawals really hit pretty hard. Obviously, I could just deal with it. It's not a crazy withdrawal, but at the same time, it's like, it really does mess with you. And like, it's like I almost wasn't the same person. I was kind of like a grump within that month. I was lazier in that month, to be fair as well. And finally, it's crazy, but dreams came back. And a wise man once said, I was sober for a week, it's been years since I dreamed. Whoa. And I truly felt that. My dreams were so intense. And you know, they still are to this day. But anyway, after a month, like, I was fine. I felt the exact same. Like, literally the exact same. The only difference was I wasn't high or just having said moments to just sit down and smoke. You know, there wasn't that, I guess you could say, a fixation, like, boom, it's smoke time. Oh, I just did this, I can smoke now. There's just none of that. And around the same time that I quit smoking, I slowly started to play some Xbox 360 games, which was kind of weird for me, you know, because what was I playing back then? I feel like I wasn't even gaming much, like, to be fair. And it really, like, subtly crept up on me. And back in June, I only really had, like, 5 Xbox 360 games. The classics, you know, Skate 3, Black Ops 2, MW3, MW2, Bioshock 1 and 2, that was it. But now, the day that I'm recording this, in December, I've got over 115 Xbox games. So I've literally purchased 100. If that doesn't scream addiction, I don't know what does. And the crazy part is, I only have an Xbox Series X. So some of them I can't even play, because I can only play what's backwards compatible. But I really do want an Xbox 360. I've been holding out to get the limited edition Gears of War one. I think that one is the coolest Xbox 360 console. I'm going to be real, I will pay a pretty penny for it because that is so cool. It's the coolest Xbox 360 ever. And Gears of War is probably my favorite game. Gears of War 3 in particular as well. And you know, I love Xbox 360 so much that I'm created like a clothing brand around this. If you've seen all my past videos, you've heard me say this a million times. But this t-shirt's coming soon. It's so fucking cool. You can go to the link below to be notified when it drops, or follow my Instagram to be notified when it drops. Don't miss out, because there's only going to be a couple t-shirts. So you know, this Xbox 360, this is a tongue twister. The Xbox 360 addiction, there we go, started super innocently. You know, I just started picking up cheap games on Facebook Marketplace. And then I realized that I could, you know, buy some cheap ones and flip it at my local game store for even a profit. And it became a cycle where I would buy a bundle of Xbox 360 games from the marketplace, sell them all to my local game shop, keep the ones I want, and then buy some new ones. So it's essentially like free games. So I guess in a way, when it comes to money, this is a cheaper addiction for sure. But you know, the little nostalgia trip I was going on really turned into something bigger. I wasn't just collecting anymore. I wasn't just playing anymore. I was obsessing. And the reason why I think, you know, falling into a gaming addiction is worse than, I can't really compare it to other drugs, but worse than at least, is when I smoked, I could still do other stuff. But when I'm gaming, I'm gaming. I'm sitting there and I'm devoting my time and putting my life into that video game. You know, I'll dive into these old games for hours, chasing memories of when a time felt simpler. But instead of reliving those good vibes, I've slowly started to feel a bit sad. You know, like I was chasing onto something that I couldn't get back. And if you've watched my old videos, you know, you sort of know where I've been at with that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's really wild that I think gaming is a worse addiction than ever was. It's funny because my mother would hate, but she would let me play games all the time. And looking back on it, games were probably the worst addiction. Didn't really take over my life like gaming did. I was spending so much time playing. You know, I get a new Xbox 360 game. The campaign, the story was probably 7 hours. I could smash that out in a day, in 2 days. I've just used 30% of my 48 hours devoted to an Xbox 360 game that I get nothing out of besides achievements. I was spending a lot of times in like, how do I get the rare titles? Literally refreshing Marketplace every 10 minutes, trying to make sure I don't miss out on a great deal, or just someone giving away their collection for free. You know, at least with I could still function. I could go kick it with friends. I could make music. I could make a video. I could work on projects. I could literally do my job. But with gaming, my focus was everything in that game. So through this process, what I learned was, for one, it isn't as big and bad as it's often made out to be. At least not for me. I think it's really dependent on the person. It really is. Sure, it has its downsides, but for me, it also gave me moments of creativity and self-reflection that I wouldn't trade for anything. You know, the amount of times that I spent smoking and looking at the stars and just thinking and just accumulating my thoughts and what I wanted to do. And like even my video editing journey, I probably did it while I was high, and I probably enjoyed it more because I was high. But gaming, on the other hand, especially gaming now as an adult, has really taught me that it's very, very, very easy to fall into a rabbit hole of nostalgia, and games are built to immerse you into their world, to take you out of your world and immerse you into their world. While you're in that gaming world, you can't do anything productive in your own world. And I'm not saying gaming's bad. Like, I'm always going to game. It's super fun, and I don't think anyone should quit gaming at all. But gaming is part of me. It's part of my personality. But I just need to treat it as, you know, I need to treat it as watching a TV show here and there. Not something that really consumes my life. Just something that I sit down for an hour, I take away some stress, and then I dip. I don't obsess over it. I really need to teach myself that. So I don't know if I said this, but on New Year's, I'm probably going to smoke again. And my tolerance will be absolutely trash, so I'm going to get litty back like in the old days when we first started smoking. Like, remember getting silly? I feel like that's going to be me. I'm going to blast some music. I'm going to take a trip down to the river. I know it's going to be good, and I'm excited for it. And that's how I want to treat moving forward, like something that I can be excited for, not necessarily something that I do every day just to do every day. But I'm for sure also going to take a step back from my 360 obsession. Of course, I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to keep looking for bargains on Marketplace. I'm going to keep playing my back catalog and completing games that I never completed. I'm going to keep trying to play Call of Duty Black Ops 2, even though there's no Australian lobbies at all, because, you know, it's really a part of me. But I really need to learn to enjoy these things without letting them take over. That's both and 360. So if you've ever felt stuck in a cycle, whether it's gaming, smoking, or something else, you've got this. Just take a step back and realize, are you overdoing it? You know, will I enjoy this more if I allocate only a set amount of time to do this thing? Like, even coming back to, I'm only going to smoke at night. I'm not going to smoke during the day. Definitely not going to smoke in the morning. And I'm really just going to use it more as a reward. You know, you've got through your day, here you go. And the crazy thing is, I can even pair the two together. I can smoke and I can play 360. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, because I know a lot of people might have dealt with this, but you know, this is just my story. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. I love every single one of you guys so much. I love the community we've got. Again, I'm dropping all my links below. Most important one is my clothing brand. You can sign up below on the website to instantly be notified when the t-shirts go live. The t-shirts that I've been planning and teasing for ages. And I promise you don't want to miss out on this, because I'm only printing 60. So you really got to be fast, because even if I'm only printing 60, there's only going to be 20 of your size, you know, so you got to be fast. And I will notify everyone on Instagram as soon as it goes live. Legacy members, I got you. And yeah, don't sleep on that, guys, because it's going to go fast. I know it is. Kick link, Twitch link, personal Instagram link all below. Do what you want to do. You being here is enough, especially you being here till the end of the video is enough. So yeah, it's been Once Faded. Peace.